Hello every pony art, Lysiana here. Link to my Divinian art in the description below and also for my Patreon if you'd like to do that. Warning, this video will contain pictures that is not mine, so please give respect to the owners of these pictures and copyrights. Also, it's going to contain a wild theory about the crystal heart actually being the one that are making alicorns, so hold on to your horses. I'm going to start with Cadence and Celestia and Luna first, and then I'm going to take Flurry Heart as I did in the previous video. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. So yesterday I made a video where I was thinking that maybe Scorpion was the one making alicorns with his magic and stuff like that. But I'm actually taking that back again. I'm actually thinking that the force that are making alicorns or making sure that ponies know that they are going to be alicorns is actually the crystal heart. Now, the reason why I have been thinking this is because of the comic books where, Hope sees that she's becoming a beautiful pony and Sombra sees that he's becoming Sombra. Now, we don't see if Hope is going to be a alicorn or something in those lines, but we see her being, more powerful and beautiful than ever, so I don't know if it's the same, but I do believe that the heart is able to predict the future a little bit, even though that Hope didn't become, this lovely, nice pony, or how to say that, she didn't become an alicorn as far as we knows, or she didn't become a princess. She became herself. She stayed, Hope, and she didn't, something I feel did happen to her, and I feel like she became Queen Chrysalis because she was losing all that she had. She was losing Sombra, she was losing her friends, she lost the Crystal Empire, so she couldn't go home. So I actually feel like there's a lot of similarities between her and Chrysalis, and also the opposite of, Hope and healing people is actually, hate and suffering, or how to say that. And Hope was healing, like giving her healing powers to others, and Chrysalis is feeding out of love, or how to say that. But I already did a video about that. I was going to talk about how I feel the crystal heart is making alicorns, or predictions of alicorns. Because if we see with Celestia and Luna, they have been there before the Crystal Empire was banished. So I do believe that Starswell the Bearded actually brought them to the crystal heart so they could see their future. That would also explain why, Starswell the Bearded chose Luna and Celestia. It was because they could see that they were able into the future to become alicorns and raise the sun and lower the moon. And, Starswell the Bearded used his magic and turned them into alicorns or something in those lines, and they raised the sun and they lowered the moon. And I also feel like when the Empire was banished, there were no new alicorns, or how to say that. It was first after that the Empire reappeared, or how to say that, and after that the Twilight actually became an alicorn. And I do believe that Celestia have seen the future of Twilight in the heart of the Crystal Empire, or how to say that. And I also believe that she have seen Cadence's future via the Crystal Heart in the Crystal Empire before it was banished and stuff like that. I do believe that with the power of being a alicorn, Celestia took her travels to the Crystal Empire before it was banished and stuff like that, and asked the Crystal Heart if she could see the future. And now that we know that some of her, or some of Celestia's abilities is actually to predict the future or look into the future, because we know that Luna can look into the past, or she can look into dreams and stuff like that. So I do believe that Celestia actually used her powers on the Crystal Heart to get the premonitions of both Cadence and Twilight, so she knew what was going to happen. She didn't know anything about banishing her sister or stuff in those lines. I only feel like the Crystal Heart was showing her, Cadence and also Twilight. And after the Crystal Empire was banished, of course, there were no new alicorns. But when the Crystal Empire came back, Celestia was quick, or how to say that, to ascend Twilight to alicornhood, and already here she have ascended Cadence. So I don't know if Cadence was becoming a alicorn before or after the Empire was banished, but I don't feel like Celestia actually needed the power of the alicorn heart, or how to say that. Now I'm going to call it the alicorn heart, the crystal heart of the Crystal Empire. I don't believe that she was going to use that power to ascend Cadence or Twilight. I do believe that both Cadence and Twilight knew in their hearts, or how to say that, that they were going to become alicorns, and all that they have been through and all that they have done. I do believe that they have both deserved to be alicorns and stuff like that. But when the Crystal Heart came again and it was up and running, and the Crystal Empire was doing almost good again, it was overtaken by Chrysalis, and also Sombra tried to overtake it. But remember that Cadence was actually protecting her empire. She was near the Crystal Heart. She did things with the Crystal Heart. So I actually believe that Cadence maybe have gone to the Crystal Heart before, Queen Chrysalis and Sombra was trying to overtake the empire, and saw some of the future with Flurry Heart. And I do believe that she would do anything to protect, her kingdom. But if she knew that she was pregnant, and she knew that she was going to have a fall, and she would go to the Crystal Heart, and she will maybe ask if it was a good thing or a bad thing, I knew that I would probably go to the Crystal Heart if I knew that it had these powers to look into the future and look at Sombra and Hope when they were small. They were actually, young ones that could see their future and stuff like that. So I don't believe that Cadence, I do believe that Cadence was in the same age when she saw the future predictions of her giving birth and being the Crystal Queen, or how to say that, or the new Crystal Queen, because I know that there was a Crystal Queen before Cadence and stuff like that. But I also believe that the Crystal Heart can actually infuse ponies with a lot of power, and it also makes sense that Flurry Heart is one of the only ones that could actually destroy the Crystal Heart, because she was born an alicorn, or how to say that. She was the only one that was powerful enough to destroy something that did stuff like this. And a new Crystal Heart was made, and it had a lot of things that needed to be done before it could be made. And all of this stuff. But I also was thinking about the crystal that Celestia actually have in her throne room that predicts the coming of the Crystal Empire that she shows Twilight. And I do believe that this crystal is actually one of the crystals that is in the baptizing of the alicorn baby, or how to say that, the chrysaling, or how to say that. So I don't know about you guys, but this crystal looks a lot like the ones that the first man, or how to say that, was going to use to make a new crystal heart. So maybe, Celestia was actually chosen to be the first woman, or how to say that. I don't know what it's called in English, but in Danish we have this where you are the godmother of the baby. I don't know if it makes any sense, but that could actually be even more interesting, because if it was, Amora and Sombra that had, Cadence, and Luna and Celestia was the godmothers to Cadence, that would actually make it even more predictable for, Celestia and maybe Luna to take her in as their pupil and stuff like that. But I don't know if I'm just taking it too far. What you guys feel like, please leave your comments down below. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner, and do remember to take care of yourself and your loved ones. And that was actually all for today. Yeah, okay, bye.